Come on, you got to mix up the coverages. You can't have people completing over 80% of the passes against you, even if they're short passes. You got to go up and you got to challenge at times. Now, it's similar to what we talked about offensively. You got to mix it up. Sometimes you go up, doggone, you got your guys and they're coming off the corner and we're running a max blitz. Hey, and you corners, why do we pay you guys if you never in man-to-man? You got to cover that guy sometime. Now, we're only going to give him 2 seconds at the most to get that ball off, but you got to cover that guy. Get up on him. If we're sending a blitz and you back off of 10 yards, what is he? He's just going to throw the ball. You defeat the purpose.
We'll get Garry Cobb's thoughts here from Fox 29. We're so happy to be able to get him. He is so kind to us. And again, folks, you are what your record is. And I don't want to hear anything about moral victories. 27-24. The game was close. And you see, in college, you get that. But in the NFL, you know what you get? You get a pink slip for that, playing close and you're 3-6. Garry, give me your assessment. Here, how about this, Garry? Do you think this Eagle team is trending in the right direction right now with so many new parts of the team? Coach, quarterback, receiving core. Give me your assessment after what you saw on Sunday, 27-24, and a little bit on the game.
Well, I think that the offense is trending the right way. They found out they can run the ball. They know that we can run the ball. We can run a balanced attack, meaning like we can put in some pass plays and we can put in some run plays. And there's an appropriate time for each one of them. And, they've discovered that. I mean, the game yesterday, they ran the ball effectively. They got backup. They got backup running backs in there doing a good job. And the offensive line, you could see that the young offensive line, the young offensive linemen, they want to run the ball. They don't want to pass block all the time. So you're giving them a chance to do that, keep the defense honest. And it's established some toughness with the whole team because, when you're running the ball on somebody, you're beating them up. Yep. So they're doing that. And so that's been a plus. And then they were able to throw the ball, some of the times yesterday. Jalen's still missing a few. And, he's got to know that if he doesn't clean that up, they're going to be going and getting a number one quarterback during this offseason. And so far, he hasn't proven that he can be the guy. But he showed that what you see him progressing at his level, which is, he made some good throws to Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith, I really like. You had to love what you saw of him yesterday, because that's a number one pick when he stepped up there yesterday. So offensively, thumbs up. That was a good game on their part. They're going in the right direction. Are they all the way there now? Like, could they get into a shootout with somebody with their passing game? No, they can't take it to the next level with that passing game. So they're not there yet. But with the running game, that's a pro running game. That's they mixed it up. They showed some different runs. Really like what they did offensively. Defensively, though, come on, you got to mix up the coverages. You can't have people completing over 80% of the passes against you, even if they're short passes. You got to go up and you got to challenge at times. Now, it's similar to what we talked about offensively. You got to mix it up. Sometimes you go up, doggone, you got your guys and they're coming off the corner and we're running a max blitz. Hey, and you corners, why do we pay you guys if you never in man-to-man? You got to cover that guy sometime. Now, we're only going to give him 2 seconds at the most to get that ball off, but you got to cover that guy. Get up on him. If we're sending a blitz and you back off of 10 yards, what is he? He's just going to throw the ball. You defeat the purpose. So they are not running. That's not NFL defense. I was looking at Tennessee taking on the Rams, and what is his name? Kevin Byard.
Yeah,
the
and they beat the Rams up.
They beat them up, and they were, they had Stafford guessing. Come on, Stafford's a veteran quarterback, but they picked his pocket. They showed him one defense. Byard go out there, takes away that flat, picks it off, runs it back to the house. And they were getting after him because they kept him guessing. And really, the shame of it is, I've seen the games before where the Chargers, the young quarterback, Justin Herbert, he had some trouble against the Ravens, and he had trouble against the Patriots. What were they doing? They were disguising the coverage.
Yep.
They showed him a look, and then when they snap the ball, they're in a different coverage. So he's
Gary,
not sure.
If you want to play zone, Gary, just give me a different look, though, or give the defense or offense a different look. I mean, God.
That's all you got to do. Give them a different look. But you don't be like a robot. Like everybody out there is in their first game of their career. So you go right to where you're supposed to be, and you stand there and go, you know what you're supposed to do? Yeah, I know. I got this flat right out here. Or I got no. You go up, you give them a blitz look, you go in there, walk in there, then you hear those guys talking because they don't know whether you're coming or not. You utilize that. That's one of the advantages you have defensively is you can move around. And a lot of times, even if you just move a step, they're not sure. Okay, do I have him or you have him now? See? And you can see the lineman looking at you. Now do you have him or that? You want them talking. You want to get the question mark a little bit. And with a young quarterback, you can confuse him. In fact, I remember we were messing with Elway. Elway was a rookie. We were messing with him. He was lined up under the guard. He was looking at us so much. But he was a young quarterback. So you can't give the other team too much credit where you don't think they're going to make any mistakes. They're going to make some mistakes. And you could get a big play out of it. Even a veteran quarterback like Stafford yesterday. Everybody is capable of making mistakes if you give them a shot, which is give them a different look. Even sometimes you tell the line, "Hey, look, you guys, I know what you're in, but I want you to give this look, and then I'm going to tell you to move over." And right away, the lineman, somebody go up, makes a mistake and turns somebody loose. It happens. So they got to do more of that. They don't camouflage their coverages at all, and they don't mix it up enough. Where show them a blitz because you didn't have to be scared of those receivers. Now, if you got some burners, I understand. Excuse me, but if you have some burners, I understand where you're not crazy about being one-on-one with no help.
Right.
Those guys yesterday, they're not burners. They're big physical receivers. They run, you're gonna get some jump balls with them, but they're not running away from anybody.
They're possession guys.
So why wouldn't you go up and challenge the kid and mix things up on the kid a little bit? Walk the corner up on him and give him a blitz look and come out of it. Then blitz him some. So now he's wondering, oh man, I don't know if they're coming, if they're not coming. And if you saw the games that they just played before that gave him some trouble. Yesterday, you know what? The Eagles' defense is like therapy for a quarterback. They're going like, I'll tell you what, we're going to have you play the Eagles. We're going to get you healthy, okay? I mean, and the guy comes out and they're going to make sure we're running the 2-deep zone. They might as well go, hey, we're in a 2-deep zone, Justin. You make sure we got 2 guys deep. I mean, that's not NFL football. You want to keep people guessing. You want to give them a look and jump out of it, move around a little bit, And there's a type of there's just a confidence you see with a defense when the guys are moving around. They know where they got to be, but they're giving you different looks. These guys, like I said, they're like robots, man. I'm going like, I don't, but I will say this: the linebackers are playing better. The people are just running the ball. They're attacking the play. So the linebackers are playing better, and so the run defense is better. And T.J. Edwards, he's done a pretty good job. He missed some plays yesterday, but he's at least playing aggressively, like you're supposed to do if you're playing linebacker. The play's coming at you. You don't sit there and wait on it. You go get minimum, or you're going to get knocked, wherever. So I will say they're doing that, but the pass coverage, 32 out of 38 completions, 350 some yards, and then come on, man. And really, he missed a couple of throws. It wasn't like they were contested. He just missed the throw, and those are the incompletions. But that's not a good job with pass defense. So they got to. I mean, I'm shocked that the coach doesn't know this. I'm shocked that he doesn't talk to them about this, because when the quarterback comes out, man, if you just jump in the defense, then he knows where you're at. And a young kid like Herbert, he's getting the ball out of his hands. Your defensive line has no chance of getting there. I mean, 1, 2, 3.
So wait a minute, Gary. So when you're in the huddle, you're going like this: 43 therapy coverage, 43 therapy coverage. Let's break.
That's right. They might as well call it therapy. It's therapy for a quarterback. We're going to get this kid, this kid has struggled the last couple games. We're going to make sure, that he's comfortable so he knows what coverage we're in. We're going to make sure. You see what coverage we're in, Justin? Okay, we're not moving. We're going to play coverage.
Too deep.
Too deep, that's right. Hey, you guys, back up. Just make sure he knows where you're at. That defeats the purpose. You don't have to let them know what coverage you're in. And a lot of times, guys don't know that the subtlety of movement will confuse the quarterback, and he might throw one right to you, And but I don't see the confidence. See, when you're playing like that, you're not confident. You all still make sure, I'm gonna be right in my spot. Whereas you can walk up. Like, I mean, if you just walk up and the lineman that's uncovered, he's got to make some kind of thought. I mean, he's got to say something to somebody, or they got to anticipate something, because when you walk up, they don't know whether you're coming or not. They don't know. And so why not give them a look? And then every now and then you should be coming. That way you keep them honest.
Hey, Gary, we got a question. We got a question here for you. What about Slay's play so far this year? What do you think about Slay's play in the secondary?
Well, Slay has played well at times. He has played well, even though he's still, most of the time he's in that coverage where he's backing off people. I thought yesterday he had a tough time.
You think it's the scheme that hurts him?
It's the scheme. Yeah, it's the scheme, because I can see both corners backed off.
Yep.
They play that scheme. They're not walking up on guys. Like I rarely see them go up and get up in a press technique. Do they know what press technique is? I mean, go up, get up on the guy, press technique. So he had a couple bad plays. I mean, the touchdown, he gave up the touchdown where the guy kind of ran over him there. But he's a bigger guy, but you gave him that straight arm, get off this freeway. What you doing out here on the freeway? Get out of the way, and he threw him to the side. But I know that, that's not the strength of Slay's game, is being physical. He's a good technique player. He plays the ball well. But he had a tough one yesterday, and it's kind of frustrating. I mean, they did make a play on that first drive, but it kept them out of the end zone. But look at that. They stopped them on that drive. Think about it.
Yeah.
They stopped them on that drive. That would have boomed. That would have been put them in the 30s. Just up and down the field all day. Every time they got the ball, just up and down the field. That's not defense. Come on, what? How many times have they been doing this? They played like that against Kansas City. Up and down the field. Every time Kansas City got the ball, they marched down and scored. One time they had one punt. Or, no, one interception. That was all. Every other, come on. That happens once. You go, wow, that's amazing that happened. But then you look at the other teams that did it. Brady, up and down the field. A piece of cake. Garry Cobb, up and down the field, up and down the field. I'm trying to think about it. Okay, you had Herbert in there. That's 4 of them. So you had Mahomes, Brady.
Hell, even Garoppolo.
Garry Cobb. Garoppolo had a good game throwing the ball too. But I think there's somebody else in there too. I think I might have been missing one of them because
Dak.
Dak. You're right. Bang, Dak. Look at the days all of them had against these Eagles. They're all up 80% completion, Pat. Come on. That's not normal. That's not NFL football.
Therapy covered too.
Therapy covered too.
Hey, Gary, I do want to throw these numbers off. I do want to throw these numbers off of you. Listen to me when I throw these numbers off of you on what Jalen Hurts and what Devonta Smith is trending on. So if he goes on his current pace, he's going to be over 900 yards rushing, 3,600 yards passing, 300 completions, 25 touchdowns total, 20 touchdowns passing versus 7 interceptions, 62 quarterback rating, or 62 quarterback percentage completion, and a 91 QBR. And the receiver is on pace because of the extra game for 71 catches for 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. I don't know, man. It sounds like to me they're kind of riding the ship on that side. Now, look, I'm not suggesting in any way that Jalen Hurts is a top, but I mean, I could live with that number if you do the one thing that you said, right? If they keep developing that running game, that works with that type of offense. Look at what they're doing in Tennessee.
You're right. It does work. It's something they could do because, like yesterday, I mean, I got to give it to Jalen. I mean, some of the plays he made to get first downs and things, but the thing that I have to put the question mark though is that are you going to be able to run that much and be that effective running? People are going to get shots at you.
Oh, yeah.
And are you going to be able to stay healthy and be running as much as he is now? He's had a lot of success, and I don't know what was going on with some of the defensive ends because they were letting him out. They would come inside.
I know.
No, he just, especially to the left side, to his right. They let him roll to his right, and he loves rolling to his right, and he can run. And so they were letting him out. The thing about it is that a good defense is going to be disciplined, and then you're going to have to work from the pocket. And so I can understand, and I do give him credit. I mean, this kid can run. That's one of his attributes. But I don't know if he's going to be able to continue doing that, and you're going to have to work from the pocket. And so that's why I put more emphasis on that part of it. Can you play the game from the pocket? Because clearly as a runner, I mean, the kid can run. And if he gets into a foot race with the defensive end, he's around the corner. And that's what he was able to do. And they kept coming inside. What's his name?
Didn't
Bosa.
set the edge. They couldn't. Joey Bosa, kid, he kept breaking down the edge. And I kept going like this. Dude, keep him in the pocket. Keep him in there. Why are you allowing the edge?
It's not good football. He's coming inside. I mean, the thing is, now Joey Bosa, no, he's not going to win a foot race with the kid. It's not even close. He has no shot. He comes inside, like he's coming inside on Lane. And Lane just buries him in there, kids around the corner every time. And I'm going like, hey, if I was the defensive coordinator, Bosa would be sitting over here next to me. Feet over here. Because at least, even if they had just have the guy run up field, not necessarily get any pressure on him, but just keep him in the pocket, that's going to make a tougher game for Jalen because he likes to run out of that pocket. And see, that's why I got to say that in the long run, he had to show me he could sit in that pocket and run the game from there. I did like some of the drops he had where he hit Devontae on some corners and things, some nice deep throws. I mean, and the throws were on the money and everything. That's what I want to see. Seeing that where he can make this throw with his eyes closed. That's the kind of throw he's got to make to show everybody, hey, you're the guy. You make those throws. And you see Herbert, he make those throws all day. You know, he can make a throw. And you see
he whips that
when he
ball
wants to put something on it, man.
Yeah, man, he whips that ball around the yard. Let me throw this at you on Nick Sirianni here. The guy at the end of the game throwing the bouquet of flowers, the way that he's kind of a gimmick coach with the T-shirts and the sayings and all this stuff, and the offense is getting better, it seems. How do you think he's fitting in as a head coach and as a head coach in Philly?
You know, I think that I think he's getting better. That he's kind of, you know, not getting caught up, because you can't get so caught up into what people are saying and everything like that. Focus on your job, which is football. You're a football coach. And so he's doing a better job of focusing on that. And I think that the other things, gradually he'll see that that's not gonna save you, man. You know, playing the games with the, you know, wear the T-shirt. I got Dr. J's T-shirt. Here got Allen Iverson T-shirt. You know, whatever. You can have Ben Simmons T-shirt. I mean, nobody cares about their T-shirts. That's not going to really make or break you. But he's just going to have, like, he's got to do a job with the defense. He's got to know, hey, look, people in Philly, I know people weren't even able to get sleep to realize our defense is horrible. Our pass defense. We've let 5 quarterbacks complete 80% of their passes against us. And they were saying on the tape, I think it hasn't happened in like 50 years.
I've never seen more teams, Gary, in my life not have punt games. I mean, you and me probably in our lives have probably played in games where our team didn't punt maybe 4 times in our life. Okay?
Yeah,
and we're seeing it almost on a weekly basis with this Eagle defense.
Right. I mean, and that's it. And so they really, I mean, it's just a horrible defensive display. And, you know, they just got to pick that part up. But I will give Nick credit. He's changed offensively, you know, and they're using Howard, and he's hammering it in there, you know. And you got little Boston in there. And when they get Miles back, Miles will take some of these balls to the house. Like, you let him get through there, and you don't get on him quickly, because he's got that speed where he can turn it on, man. He did it last year. He had 2 runs, like 72-yard runs. Because when he gets out there, he's got that long speed where you get out there, you're going like, man, we're not catching this guy. That safety comes over, he realizes he makes a mistake. Zoom, Miles is gone. So, you know, when he gets back, you know, they got something, and they're mixing it up too. And you can see the line. Like Dickerson, the young kid, he likes run blocking. Mailata, he likes to run block, because that keeps the defense guy that they're playing against, keeps him honest. Every now and then they can come out and bust him, and then it makes it easier for them to pass block. But if you're just going throw the ball every down, then you put them in a really tough situation where they're not having fun. But they have fun when they're able to run the ball on people, and you can see that they're doing a good job with the different combination blocks inside where they get movement. And, you know, you see a big hole in the middle, man, and they're exploding up through there. That's, you know, running, you know, you right now, 150, 160 yards on the ground, really takes a lot of the weight, and their offense will be more consistent too, because you're taking some of the weight off of Jalen. Because what about the games they had when they weren't running it, and they couldn't throw consistently? And it's like the offense was missing for 3 quarters, no offense. So they don't have that now, because they come out, they're running the ball on people. You got 3rd down and short. You have, when you go, a lot of times it's 2nd down, when they go play action, the guy's wide open, because the linebackers have to honor the run fake. So that's all part of, you know, I don't mean the fact that we have to talk about the guys that have been coaching all this time, that they don't know that the run is a good partner with the passing game, because it opens everything up. That's why Brady all the time, you look at how many times he's made a living on play action passes, because he knows, I want to throw the ball in the middle of the field, but we get the running game going. These linebackers think, you know, if somebody's coming after you, you got to step up. So you're late getting back, and that's open. So the tight end, the wideouts, if they're in a zone, that middle is open. And, that helps out Jalen when he's able to do that. And that's a NFL offense when you see that, and you see a good team that comes out and they're bang, bang, that's like the guy in a prize fight. He's jabby, and then it's the combinations. That's what the offense is like. They come out right at first, they run those, get that running game going, and the next thing you know, it's play action. You don't know where the tight end is. I've been in a situation where, hey, we go man to man, and I got the tight end, and they run a play action. Hey, this guy's gone because I'm looking at the run. I got to go up and honor. I got a guy coming at me. Where's that tight end at? Boom, that tight end is gone.
Block and release.
And I think that block and release, that's right. And so, so they're going to be able to get some things going where Dallas Goedert's going to really, he'll be able to have some big games with that running attack because
how about this, Gary? How about this one here?
Yeah.
The one, because you said something a couple seconds ago about, okay, why didn't the Chargers blow Jalen Hurts up? They're crashing down. They're coming down into the line of scrimmage. He's able to break the integrity of the defense. Denver now is that with Fangio, they're not going to break the integrity down. So the one thing that I have, and I wonder if you agree or disagree, the one thing that I have seen with Jalen is that every week he's getting better at seeing what's in front of him. There's still incompletion problems. There's still accuracy problems. Mm-hmm. But I can live with where he's starting to figure out, I got to improve because Denver's watching this film, and they're going to see how I created 60-some-odd yards on the ground and how I was able to get out in the perimeter. That's not going to be there when they go to Denver. So that's something that also Sirianni has to work on. Do you agree?
I agree. These are things which this is all part of the game. This is what the things that kind of fascinate you with the mental part of it. You got the physical part, which the players are so much involved with, but the mental part is the coaches and the preparation and the strategy and everything. So they're going to find ways in which maybe, they can get him rolling out, on a play action pass where he's able to roll out. And then, sometimes they're going to have him going to his left, to keep people honest, to show him, because he does do a good job when he gets that arm back and can throw when he's rolling to his left. But they're going to run some bootlegs and things because that goes along with that running game. And then, some of the guys in the league who do a great job with motion and run, like, the 49ers do a great job with it, as well as the Rams, where they got guys in motion, they run play action pass, and those guys are flying and taking advantage of them getting that running game going because they're running over there and, those intermediate areas, they're really tough to cover when you got guys running behind you after you stepped up on a run fake, and now you don't know where they're going, and you're trying to run with a wide receiver who's going full speed, there's no way that linebacker's covering that guy, no way. And so that's where, those coaches, the Rams coach and the 49ers coach, they coach together.
McVay,
so they do a lot of things.
Shanahan.
McVay and Shanahan, they do a great job with utilizing motion.
Yeah.
And they're all after the linebacker. They must not like linebackers. But anyway, because the motion gets the eye of the linebacker. And they end up snapping the ball just when he just got past the quarterback. So now he's going that way, and all of a sudden now the back's going that way. Now you're froze because this guy's going this way, and it slows down the linebackers. And once they get that running game going, man, they make it really tough because you wind up with a linebacker trying to run with some of those wide receivers, and they're coming across in full speed.
How about this? Okay, in closing here. Gary, I know that Philly's a tough city, and I've seen a lot of things and heard a lot of things that people throw out of the stands. But a bouquet of flowers, dog, that's got to be a first, dude. That's got to be a first, man.
That's right.
A bouquet of flowers? I was saying, how about a Philly snowball? Someone goes, Sills, what's that? Well, it's got a battery in it, and you get hit upside your helmet.
That's right. That's right. Well, some of the guys have told me, guys that have come in there to play as, visitors have come in there and got hit with batteries and things, in the helmet because, we got some fans, some of them, they're creative, so they would put a battery or something in there.
Wow, what a politician you really are at heart. What a politician you are.
Yeah, yeah, they're creative, but they know how to stuff things in there. But, I hope that they continue the way they're going. Just got to get that defense. I do like what we see offensively. So at least we got one side of the ball going in the right direction. And they're going to get so much heat. You see how much they get so much heat from the way they play defensively. They got to do a better job. Got to do a better job of that. And really not so much the players because, they didn't let them run the ball on them. They did a pretty good job against the Chargers running game.
No, they did.
But the passing game, my goodness.
89 yards rushing in the game. Gary, we got to roll, man. I'll tell you this, though. Like you said, one side of the ball, at least they figured it out here. But, man, at least, hey, wear a mask or something on the other side of the football to disguise something. Dude, just wear a mask. Show me you can disguise something, man.
That's right. Hey, good deal. Hey, have a great one.
I'll talk to you next week, my friend Garry Cobb from Fox 29. All right, we'll take a brief time out. What did he call it? A therapy cover 2 is what he's calling the Philadelphia Eagles defense. Therapy cover 2. We'll take a time out. You keep it here on the National Football Show.